shadows lay along across the lane. I recall a cabin weathered by the wind and rain. Her laughter lived like wildfire, wild and uncontained. And in that flickering sunlight, her smile called my name. Like a whisper through the chaparral, her voice would softly clang. Each corner of my restless heart, a love I can't reclaim. Now the prairie winds are colder and the silence speaks her name. Since her smile called my name, nothing's been the same. Underneath the porch light where we used to sit and dream, an empty rocking chair now sways a ghostly quiet scene. That dusty road we walked along, now just a fading trail. Her scarf still hangs upon the hook, frayed and pale. Like a whisper through the chaparral, her voice would softly claim. Each corner of my restless heart, a love I can't reclaim. Now the prairie winds are colder and the twilight feels so tame. Since her smile called my name, everything's changed. In the silence neath the stars, I feel her touch in the midnight rain. Each drop of memory falling softly mingle joy and pain. An old guitar plays slowly a melody of days when she was mine, echoing through the canyon like a lost, forgotten time. Whisper through the chaparral, her voice forever claims a part of my wandering soul on these endless open plains. Now every sunset's bittersweet, painted with her flame. Since her smile called my name, I've never been the same. Every trail I ride, every quiet night, her smile calls my name. Underneath the pine, where the sky lays claim, we carved out names, the wind speaks them still. By that old creek bend, where the water ran, you laughed so free, your scarf caught in the chill. Oh, how that pine tree sang, roots deep in the past, where our echoes lay on the summer's breath. Now I ride through whispers of the grass, haunted by the sunset's crimson death. Years fell away like leaves from the oak. Our cabin stands, but it's the shadows that dwell. I pass by trails where our laughter spoke, not just dusty roads with tales they yearn to tell. Oh, how that pine tree sang, roots lost in sorrow, holding the weight where my heart once lay. Each passing day borrows from tomorrow, yet still I On that old porch, the wood worn by time, I see us dancing, shadows in the rain. The stars above, witnesses to our prime, now just flickers, light in the pain. Oh, how that pine tree sang under weight of skies. Love's deep imprint on the earth we trod. I whisper goodbye as another sunset dies. In the lonely vast, I talk to God, where the heart finds its rest beneath the sod. In the shadow of the oak, where the wild daisies lie, I first saw her laugh under that vast frontier sky. Her scarf danced with the wind by the old porch light, in a town too small for dreams, but just right for the night. Unspoken words close her eyes like the sunset draws the day. Every whisper of the breeze seems to echo her name. In the rustle of the leaves and the rattle of old rails, her memory haunts these hills like a ghostly wandering tale. Years flew like dust through these worn and weary hands. The cabin stands empty like my heart's unplanted lands, where laughter filled the rooms, now only silence reigns. A saddle unmounted and love lost to the plains. Unspoken words closed her eyes like the sunset draws the day. Every whisper of the breeze still echoes her name. In the rustle of the leaves and the creaking of old floors, her absence fills the air like the rain that never pours. Now I roam these gravel roads where our stories were spun, underneath the starlit cloak, avoiding the sun. A lone rider with shadows where once we rode side by side, left talking to the wind with my unspoken goodbyes. Unspoken words close her eyes, now the stars refuse to glow. The night's embrace is cold as the northern winds blow. Dust settles on the trails where our dreams once flew high. Now I ride alone under the endless crying sky. Her echo in the canyon where my heart forever lies. Out by the river bank, under the old oak shade,
where we carved our names in the heart of a lone decade. Scarves in the wind, like her hair wild and free. Every whispered secret a vow between the willow and me. The river band waits, but she's long gone, with the echoes of a love song in the dusk fading light. My heart drifts like leaves on that lonesome water flow, where the shadows of our past in the twilight glow. Now the porch swings empty, the cabin's lost its cheer. Gravel roads lay quiet, wishing she was here. The trails we walk now overgrown, where wild horses roam. In the silence of the plains, I wander alone. The river band waits, but she's long gone, with the echoes of a love song in the dusk fading light. Rivers run but can't wash away the tears I've known, whispering through the pines, her voice in the wind blown. Underneath the starlit sky, I lay my weary head, saddle for a pillow, the earth for my bed. The pain's a loyal friend, riding by my side on trails of memory. In the night I ride. The river band waits, and I keep holding on to the ghost of her laughter in the twilight's mournful song. Maybe time will heal, or the river's gonna know why I can't seem to let go as the cold waters flow. As the last chord fades, like sunset's final light, the river band waits, alone come night. In the shadow of the oak, where the wild river bends, I first saw her silhouette against the sun's dying embers. That old wooden porch creaked beneath her bare feet as the wind played with the scarf that danced around her slender neck. Ghost cries on the prairie whisper through the sage, haunting this old heart as I ride through another age. Every mile I travel, every storm I brave, her love's a shadow fading in the twilight of an empty grave. Years have turned the leaves from green to dust. That cabin stands alone, boards warped by wind's harsh trust. Where laughter once filled the cooling summer air, now only silence answers the creak of that old rocking chair. Ghost cries on the prairie echo across the plains, her voice drifts over fields that once bloomed with golden grains. Every star that flickers reflecting in my tear,
is a memory of a love lost, whispering on the frontier. Underneath the vast expanse of endless indigo, I reckon every step I take is one more I let her go. But her scent in the rain, her touch in the wind's embrace, tells me that this cowboy's heart will forever be her place. Ghost cries on the prairie, sing a lonesome tune, like the howl of the night wolves under a waning crescent moon. Yet in every setting sun, down every gravel trail, her essence rides beside me, eternal as an old folk's tale. Her love's a story etched upon the dust I write, a tale of a ghost who's never truly left my side.
In the shadow of the oak, where the wild daisies grow, she laughed under sunbeams through the breezes that blow. We carved our names slow in the height of the wood, promised forever in that old neck of the woods. Her scarf in my pocket, her touch soft as rain, in that dusty old cabin, now silent again. Dusk closed her eyes on the edge of the day. The prairie wind whispers, but she's faded away. Sunsets bleed red over trails she once rode. In the heart of the cowboy lies the weight of this old. Years tumbled like tumbleweeds past porches and gates. Her laughter's a ghost in the town that time ate, where once we danced close, only shadows now sway. The dust settled thick where boots used to lay. An old saddle empty by the door stands alone. Every creak in the board moans for love that's long gone. Dusk closed her eyes on the edge of the day. The prairie wind whispers, but she's faded away. Sunsets bleed red over trails she once rode. In the heart of the cowboy lies the weight of this old. Oh, I've roamed far and wide under vast starry skies, but her whisper rides the wind through the silence it flies. Each town feels too crowded, every road leads me back to the dust-covered memories, the love that I lacked. Dusk closed her eyes, and it's there she'll remain, bound up in the soil, in the sun and the rain. As the night curtains fall and the loneliness cries, with the dust in my throat, I'll remember her eyes
the trails all grow cold and the songs all unplayed. In the dust closed her eyes, where my heart's ever stayed. Guitar strum a farewell as the sky turns to gray. A cowboy sings softly as the daylight slips away.
Down by the creek where the wild oaks grow, soft whispers of her name in the breeze that blows. Saddle worn and leather frayed on the porch of warm gray wood. That's where we laughed, oh how we could. Moonlight danced on her golden hair. In the quiet town, we were the perfect pair. Her scarf still smells like sweet prairie rain, left on the hook, never worn again. Lonely fire closed her eyes, now she's just a ghost in the skies. Stars above the wild lands bear witness with their silent cries. Each sunset bleeds a deeper red on this lonely gravel bed, where my heart lies heavy with the dust. Lonely fire, in your glow I trust. Seasons turn, the storms rolled in, washed the trails where feet had been. Empty cabin echoes her laugh, faded dreams like old photographs. Oak tree shadow stretches out, reaching for me, filled with doubt. This wandering life just a lonesome ride, chasing shadows from the love that died. Lonely fire closed her eyes, now she's just a ghost in the skies. Stars above the wild lands bear witness with their silent cries. Each sunset bleeds a deeper red on this lonely gravel bed, where my heart lies heavy with the dust. Lonely fire, in your glow I trust. Under the vast and endless sky, whispers of the past asking why. Through the winds that sweep and the rains that cleanse, her memory lives, it never ends. Lonely fire closed her eyes, now she's just a ghost in the skies. Stars above, please guide me through to the love I knew, so deep and true. Each sunset now a solemn hymn on these fading trails growing dim, where my soul walks alone yet yearns to rest with her in the west, where sunsets nest. As the fire dies and night draws nigh, here I'll stay with my quiet sigh. Lonely fire, close my eyes, dream of her 'neath these aching skies.
In the shadow of the hollow oak, where whispers dwell on winds that spoke, lies a cabin walls of weathered sighs. Under vast unending skies, we carved our names in that old wood door, promised love and so much more. Now it's just me and this dusty trail, with your scarf in my pocket frail. Empty bed hides under stars so wide, in a room where the ghost of your perfume abides. Lonely heart rides through the sunset's cries, past the porch where our dreams tied. Now love subsides. Time's cruel hands tore a map in two, left me wandering in boots worn through. Rivers rise and meadows they fade, just like the vows we softly made. Rains wash the trails where laughter rang, the silence drowns the sparrows sang. In a spin of dust you slipped right through, left me with a view askew. Empty bed hides under stars so wide, in a room where the ghost of your perfume abides. Lonely heart rides through the sunset's cries, past the porch where our dreams tied. Now love subsides. On this old porch I see horizons bleed, memories of you, they're all I read. An echo of a whisper in the evening's chill tells me that I love you, guess I always will. So this empty bed hides neath the moon's soft lights, and I'm singing to the stars about the love that died. But this heart still rides where the wild wind bites, on a trail that's forever with you by my side. Oh, empty bed hides, empty bed hides. In the shadow of the oak where we once lay, the grass still whispers secrets of that day. Beneath the wide unforgiving azure sky, a rusty porch swing creaks an old goodbye. Your scarf, it danced a wild crimson weave, as silent as the wind watched me leave. The wind knows the weight of untold tales, carrying love lost in its lonesome gales, whistling through the hollows of this heart, where echoes of your laughter slowly part. I ride on under sunsets that deceive. Every mile the wind watched me leave. Now the trails blur where your laughter rang, gravel roads washed out after the rain.
That cabin stands emptied by the ridge, windows staring out like ghosts adrift, saddle worn from all the years I grieved. In the silence, the wind watched me leave. The wind knows the weight of untold tales, carrying love lost in its lonesome gaze, whistling through the hollows of this heart, where echoes of your laughter slowly part. Through the dusk, your phantom I perceive. There in the dust, the wind watched me leave. By the flicker of the campfire's glow, I see your face in the fire's ebb and flow. A soul set free yet chained to past regret. The wind's soft sigh, a tune I can't forget. So I'll wander, let these old boots weave, passing lands where only spirits grieve. Each setting sun dips in gold to deceive, and in its dying light the wind watches me. Yes, forevermore the wind watched me leave. Oh, how silently the wind watched me grieve. On a cold morning road through dusty trails of sage, where the oak by the river marks the age. Once we danced under stars without no care, your laughter, a melody in the air. But the stars fade like memories worn and thin, and that cold morning wind whispers of sin. Lost love's a shadow on these plains so vast. In the heart of a cowboy nothing lasts. The cabin stands empty on the gravel road, the porch where we swore our forever code. But time's cruel hand tore your scarf from my grasp. Now it's just me and the moonlight to clasp. Yes, the stars fade like memories worn and thin, and that cold morning wind whispers of sin. Lost love's a shadow on these plains so vast. In the heart of a cowboy nothing lasts. On that porch I see us in the setting sun, dreams like wild horses I never outrun. Your echo in the canyon like a rain-soaked kiss. Oh, what foolish hearts birth sorrows like this. So the stars keep fading, night's curtain drawn, and that cold morning wind keeps riding on. But the ghost of your whisper on In the heart of this cowboy, some things too deep to outlast. Riding on under these skies so vast, love like the wind. Through my fingers it passed.
In the hush of the dusk, by the old chapel gate, where the oak tree whispers secrets to the slate, I found a locket, rusted gold, half buried, sealed by fate, with your picture inside, smiling, whispering, wait. Oh, this locket called my name in the wind's mournful tune, underneath the crescent moon, where our love once bloomed. It's a keeper of the past, of the kisses that we claim, now just shadows on the trail since you've gone away. Time swept through the wild lands like a restless, roaring train, left our dreams like tumbleweeds scattered by pain. That scarf you loved, now faded, just a relic of the rain, and the porch where we dance, stand silent, bearing stains. Oh, this locket called my name in the wind's mournful tune, underneath the crescent moon, where our love once bloomed. It's a keeper of the past, of the whispers in the glow, now just echoes down the roads where I roam alone. As the twilight bends to night by the fire's gentle glow, I reckon with the truth that these lands already know. Every step away from you is a step I take in vain, for each sunset leads me back to your name. So this locket called my name through the cold silver dew. It's the heart I can't reclaim as I wander, torn in two. May the memories light my way till the roads cease to win. In the locket called my name, you're forever entwined. And the sun dips low, painting red the skies. An old cowboy sings with tears in his eyes, for the love left behind, for the life that he claims. In a locket called his name, where the heart forever remains.
by the oak tree where the wildflowers sigh. I first saw her smile with the sun in her eyes. Under that broad sky where our dreams used to fly, her laughter would linger like clouds in blue skies. His shadow hides on the old porch where we kissed, in the creak of the saddle and the evening soft mist. Every gravel road whispers her name through the pines. His heart rides the wind where her memories entwine. The cabin sits empty, the doors open wide, like the gap in my heart since she left my side. The path's overgrown where we once used to tread, through meadows and moonlight where our promises were said. His shadow hides on the old porch where we kissed, in the creak of the saddle and the evening soft mist. Every gravel road whispers her name through the pines. His heart rides the wind where her memories entwine. Now the sunset bleeds red over land she once roamed. This cowboy's alone, his heart's without home. No more her soft whisper, just the wind's lonely sound, but her scent in the rain on this parched, dusty ground. His shadow hides where our old dreams lie asleep, in the rustle of leaves, in the secrets they keep. Through the whispers of time, down the trails that unwind, his soul's tethered still to the love left behind. Let his heart ride the wind, let her memories entwine, in the shadows and dust where the past can't resign. His shadow hides, and with each setting sun, feels everything deep, yet says nothing, rides on. In the shade of an old oak tree where the wildflowers used to smile at me, we carved our names young and free on that bark where no one else could see. The sun dipped low through leaves that spilled on a dusty road to a dream we'd build. Your scarf it danced on the southern breeze while we swore our love beneath the whispering leaves. But now the oak tree stands so still in the silent grasp of the cold hills will. Your scarf's gone with the winds that chill, and I'm just a shadow, lonesome and still. Years rolled by like thundering trains. Love's sweet summer turned to autumn rains. That old porch swing, it sways alone
singing creeks in a tune of its own. The cabin's empty, the fire's died down. Gravel roads lost beneath weeds overgrown, where once your laughter filled the air. Now just echoes of despair. But still the oak tree stands so still, guarding old dreams that the night can't kill. Your scarf's lost in a past that chills, and I'm just a shadow, lonesome and still. Sometimes a heart can travel miles in the quiet look of a fading smile, but every sunset that paints the sky is just another goodbye. Yes, the oak tree stands profoundly still under heavens that time can't fill. Your scarf of memory faded and frail, and I'm forever a cowboy, lonesome but will ride these trails quiet and shrill, where the oak tree stood and stands still.
In the shade of the old oak tree, by the creek where we once lay, I found a faded scarf you wore, now colors turned to gray. The wildlands whisper through the grass where our laughter used to sound. A lone cabin stands beneath the hill where our dreams were tightly bound. But now the wind sings lonesome through the sagewood, thin and dry. Moonlight dances on the gravel road where we said our last goodbye. Each sunset bleeds a deeper red, like the heart I can't reclaim. For in the dust of trails long gone, all that's left your name. Years rode by on thundering hooves, over stones that mark the miles. The town's old porch creaks underfoot, echoing the missing smiles. Your laughter's just a ghost now, in the shadows that I roam. This wanderer's heart beneath white skies, forever doomed to roam. But still the wind sings lonesome through the sagewood, thin and dry. Moonlight fades on the lonely roads where we said our last goodbye. Every star a piercing reminder of the eyes that match their gleam, lost in the dust of trails long gone, buried in a dream. Sometimes late at night, I swear I hear the whisper of your voice, floating across the valleys, making my weary heart rejoice. But dawn breaks harsh on hills of silence, each day reborn anew, with nothing but the ache inside and memories of you. So I'll ride on with the sunset, my shadow long and lean, chasing echoes of what we were in places we've once been. Though the wind still sings through sagewood and the road stretches behind,
hardest trails are those we walk, in the memories left behind, in the dust of trails long gone, my heart forever confined.
In the shadow of the oak, where whispers hang in the air, she laughed under sunbeams with the wind in her hair. Her scarf of faded blue danced like a creek's gentle sigh on that old wooden porch where we watched the world go by. Her goodbye closed her eyes in the land of waning light. Every sunset since then is a reminder of that night. The dust settles slowly where her laughter used to rise. Now every trail just echoes her goodbye. Cabin's empty, the door squeaks a mournful tune. Gravel roads lie untouched by the hooves beneath the moon. Where wildflowers nodded, only the lonely thistles thrive. Since the stars watched her close her eyes to our twilight. Her goodbye closed her eyes in the land of waning light. Every sunset since then is a reminder of that night. The dust settles slowly where her laughter used to rise. Now every trail just echoes her goodbye. I've ridden past the rivers, through the valleys deep and wide, found the plains are just as empty as a feeling deep inside. No saddle, no companion, just the horizon's endless cries. The world keeps turning, but I'm frozen in time. Her goodbye closed her eyes, and mine have never dried. Every sunset's just a picture where our past and pain collide. The dust settles slowly where her laughter used to rise. Forever on these trails I chase her goodbye.
There's a gate outside old Durango, swings wide where the weeping willows sigh. I first saw her neath that hazy amber glow, reflections of the sunset in her eyes. Her laughter danced like dust on desert trails, where we carved our names in ancient oaks that night. But love like summer rain in these dry lands, fleeting, slipping silent through my hands. Oh, the gate flew with a cold north wind, left it swinging, creaking like my heavy heart. And those plains, they stretch so lonesome, so thin, like the space now lying between our worlds apart. The cabin by the ridge stands empty, its porch still holds her scarf, now gray and warm. Echoes of her footsteps in the hallway, in the quiet whisper of the morn. The town once vibrant, now a whisper. Gravel roads bear no more tales of yore, only shadows of two souls in the twilight. One stayed grounded, one a bird that soared. Yes, the gate flew with the wild west wind, still swinging, moaning under starlit arcs. And the trails, now overgrown and thin, run like scars across these old forsaken hearts. In the mirror of the creek, under moon's gentle gaze, see the years, the paths I've roamed alone, each bending forward like chapters of our days, memories etched deep in the silt and stone. So the gate flew with her last goodbye, and it's swinging, haunting in the prairie's breath, as I straddle shadows in the failing light. This cowboy rides lassoed by love and death. Oh, the gate flew with. The gate flew with. This heart still beats beneath the western drift.
Underneath the twisted oaks, by the bend where the creek fades, I found your scarf, a whisper light caught on a bramble's jagged blade. The sun was a low, mournful red, painting sorrows in shades so deep. In that silent glade where once we laid, now just shadows that weep. As the creek fades, so do those days, caught in the currents of old. The laughter we shared now echoes bare 'neath the trees so stark and cold. And I wander on through dusk to dawn with your memory, my silent guide, like a ghost on the wind where the creek bends, where our love did once abide. The cabin's empty, the porch swings long, the gravel road along untried. Your laughter's gone with the fading dawn, the fields now quietly sigh. Where once rang our steps through corridors of green, now only the call of a distant owl in the night serene. As the creek fades, so do those days, caught in the currents of old. The laughter we shared now echoes bare 'neath the trees so stark and cold. And I wander on through dusk to dawn with your memory, my silent guide, like a ghost on the wind where the creek bends, where our love did once abide. Oh, the saddle sits dusty, the reins hang loose, the echoes of our past tight as the news. But in my dreams I ride the trails where you ride beside, through storm, through wind, where the creek fades, on that endless ride. As the creek fades like the last light of day, my heart knows no reprieve. Your song sung once in a world gone hush 'neath the stars that gently grieve. So I'll wander on, a shadow at dawn, 'neath skies vast and wide, forever by the bend where the creek ends, where our love will always reside. In the silence, the creek whispers tales as the oak leaves gently cowboy sings into the wind, his heart the land will sing. There's a cabin down by Clearwater Creek, where the oak trees whisper and the floorboards creak. Speckled sunsets paint the porch in shades of gold, and your scarf still holds the cold. Oh, rye lingers in the bottles and in the breeze, in the hollow rustle of the autumn leaves. Your laughter's a ghost in the winds that weave through the silence of my ceaseless reprieve. Gravel roads where we once rode side by side, now just dusty trails where my regrets reside. The town's aged, the faces there don't recall the way your shadow danced on the old dance hall. Or I lingers in the bottles and in the breeze, in the hollow rustle of the autumn leaves. Your laughter's a ghost in the winds that weave through the silence of my ceaseless reprieve. Under the weeping willow, I let your memory in, fading like the leather on the saddle where you'd been. Raindrops trace the trails where our tears once fell, in the echoes of the old church bell. So rye lingers in the bottles, in storms that sway, in every whispered prayer I cast away. Your spirit stitched in the horizon's endless blue, and every dawn my heart breaks anew. In the shadow of an age-old oak, where whispers cling to leaves, I found her scarf, a faded blue, dance softly on the breeze. The wildlands stretch vast and wide beneath the endless flame. In that quiet town of yesterdays, a memory called my name. Oh, the winds, how they wail through the empty cabin's frames, and the trails I once rode, now just whispers in the rain. Each sunset bleeds into nights that I can't tame. Underneath the starlit sky, a memory called my name. Where the gravel road meets the horizon, horizon's end. I lost more than just my way. Her laughter echoed in the hills, a sound I couldn't say. The porch still holds our stories, worn from time and pain, but the door creaks lonely melodies to rooms that won't explain. Oh, the winds, how they wail through the empty cabin's frames, and the trails I once rode now just whispers in the rain. Each sunset bleeds into nights that I can't tame. Underneath the starlit sky, a memory called my name. Across the creek under the moon's soft glow, I felt her gentle touch. It's in the quiet solace where I miss her most. The silence says so much. The saddle sits untouched, the dust has laid its claim. In the heart of a Roman cowboy burns a never-ending flame. Oh, the winds, how they wail through the empty cabin's frames, and the trails I once rode now just whispers in the rain. My heart's a lonesome rider on a trail marked by her name. In every fading twilight, that memory calls my name. In the echo of old hoofbeats, forever she'll remain. As long as suns keep setting, that memory calls my name.
Tree shadows fall like whispers across the old porch where we shared that final kiss. There's an empty cabin on the edge of silence where my heart still lies and crumbled reminisce. When through the doorway spins old tales of glory, dust from the trail where once our dreams did roam. The sun dips low, just like the day you left me. In the twilight of our love's abandoned home, love sleeps in the quiet places under stars that watched us then, riding trails now blurred and faded where hopes drift like dust in the wind. Oh, love sleeps, but it never dies as the night claims the sunset's flames. In every shadow neath the moon's watchful eyes, in the silence I still hear your name. The gravel roads, they whisper of your footsteps. The rain recalls the tears that we once shared. An old scarf holds the scent of your laughter, fading slowly on the chair beside our bed. We spoke of love as if it lasts forever, but forever's just a moment passing through. Now I wander lost, a ghost in empty spaces. Every corner of this world echoes with you. Love sleeps in the quiet places under stars that watched us then, riding trails now blurred and faded where hopes drift like dust in the wind. Oh, love sleeps, but it never dies as the night claims the sunset's flames. In
every shadow neath the moon's watchful eyes. In the silence I still hear your name. So here's to the dreams on which the dusk has fallen, to the whispered goodbyes and the time we borrow, and the heart that hopes beyond the grasp of sorrow, that finds the strength to greet another morrow. Love sleeps where the wild river bends, in the echoes of a lonesome endless sky. I'll carry you in verses till my journey ends, in the melody that never says goodbye. Oh, love sleeps, but it never dies, caught between the earth and open blue, with every sunset that the dark embraces. In the quiet, I'm still loving you.